What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video. In today's video I have another Ritualist build for you guys to take a look at, and this deals with survivability, spreading status effects, and also applying crits onto your enemies and absolutely obliterating them. And as you can see in the top right hand corner on the minimap, I am playing this on Apocalypse difficulty, so you can use this build as well and go through Apocalypse as well. Without further ado, let's get right into the build. Alright, so first things first, we're using the Ritualist as the prime archetype because of the prime perk Vile, because it is still absolutely busted. Basically allows us to do more damage to enemies that have a status effect, and when they die, it spreads to all nearby enemies. And we're using the Death Wish archetype skill, which negates all healing and drains 3% of our health over 20 seconds, and increases all damage by 35% and increases our base lifesteal. But we're pairing that with the Healing Shield from the Medic subclass of skill, which allows us to put a shield onto our health, and what Death Wish will do is it'll tick down the shield instead of our actual health, and we also get regen from the Healing Shield skill as well. And I'm using the Zealot's hat with the Zealot's boots and gloves when I'm using the Leto's Mark II armor just to give us some beefy armor, just to increase our damage reduction, and I'll show you guys why here in a little bit. And then for the weapons, we are using again the Black Maul AR-47. I just like this gun. It's a solid weapon, and I have corrosive rounds on there for the weapon mod with the Twisting Wounds Mutator, and this will allow us to apply bleed to all targets when we hit a weak spot or a critical hit, and I'll show you guys why here in a second. And I'm using the Krell axe with the Stormbringer. This is just like a must-have for all Ritualist builds. This thing is absolutely awesome. Get this to +10, and it'll lower the enemy's resistance to all status damage, which is absolutely awesome. And I'm still using the MP60R with the Hotshot mod, with the Defeated Wounds Mutator. Now, you can use like any other ones, like you could use the Firestorm if you wanted to, or the Witchfire. Anything with a fire on it will be fine. But I just like using Hotshot because you can shoot a lot of rounds with the MP60. And with Defeated Wounds +10, this will allow us to apply a corrosive. And the reason why is because we are using the Abrasive Whetstone. So when attacking a bleeding enemy, crit chance is increased by 15%, and crit damage is increased by 30%, which will be applied by our Black Maul. And then we're also using the Atonement Fold Ring, which allows us to self-inflict bleeding, but it also increases our critical chance by 10%, which allows us to have some uh, really cool effects with our ring. So I'm using the Blunted ring, which allows us to gain 2 health per second, which kind of negates the bleeding from the Atonement Fold. And then I'm using the Alchemy Stone, which increases base lifesteal by 6% while suffering from a negative status effect. And then we are also using the Lighthouse Keeper's ring, which automatically generates mod power for 3 mod power per second, but it also ups it up to 5 when enemies are affected by status effects, which we are going to do that a lot of times. So you get a passive mod generation just by self-inflicting bleed onto ourselves. And kind of show the gameplay here. So basically what we want to do is you want to cast Death Wish, and then you want to use the Shielded Heart Relic right afterwards. And with the Shielded Heart Relic is it puts another shield onto our health, and if we pair this with the Healing Shield from the Medic, we can have almost a +3 shield onto our health. And I like using the consumable use speed, the increased shield amount, and also more health just for survivability. So do that. So we're going to cast Death Wish here, the shield. So we got a +2 right now, and as you can see, it's ticking down. Pop our corrosive rounds. Now we're hitting crits pretty much almost every other shot because of our Abrasive Whetstone. And then once I usually get the Death Wish down to the last 10 seconds, you want to pop the Healing Shield from the Medic. And as you can see, we did not take any damage from our health bar whatsoever. Now, of course, when you're going up against enemies, you want to keep using that relic to protect your health, or the more damage you do, of course, you'll have the lifesteal to help you out as well. So let me show you guys the traits here. So going into the traits, we have the Affliction trait, which is innate from the Ritualist Archetype, which allows us to have status effect duration increased. Armor Effectiveness from the Engineer class. Regrowth for passive health regeneration. This is from the Summoner class. Strong Back from the Challenger class, which allows us to have a dodge weight threshold, so we can wear beefier armor to have a lighter roll weight. And Triage from the Medic, which increases our healing effectiveness, which is pairs well with the health regen and the life steal and all that. And then we have, of course, Vigor, Spirit, and Expertise. Those are just mainstays. Bark Skin for the increased damage reduction on top of our armor. Fitness for the evade distance, just again for survivability. And increased base life steal with the remaining points that we have. So that is pretty much it for the build. So I'm going to show you guys some gameplay, and I hope you all enjoy it. Well, that's going to pretty much wrap up this video, guys. If you guys enjoyed this video, drop a like and consider subscribing to Lost Days Gaming, because we try to put out videos, especially build videos, that you guys do enjoy. If you guys want to check out my other build for the Ritualist, I'll drop a link up in the cards right now. And if you guys want to see a particular build, don't be afraid to drop them down in the comments. I'll be willing to try to put a build together. I'm constantly trying to find new variations and stuff to help out Apocalypse difficulty by also being fun as well, and being fun to play. Every time I load into Remnant, I'm always getting something new. This game is addicting, so I enjoy making content for it. But that's going to be it for today, and I'll catch you on the next one. Deuces.